this video, we'll be taking a look at the Suunto Race 2 watch. I've been using this for mountain biking over the past few days up here in Pisgah, North Carolina, where I'm on a mountain bike trip. But this video will be relevant whether you do running, hiking, skiing. There are 115 plus activities for this watch. The way that I'll approach this review is I'll show the watch up close, show the button layout, talk about the features, talk about my experience using the watch, and I'll also show the app. Now, before I show the watch up close, I'm going to talk about a few specs of this watch. This stainless steel version weighs 76 grams, and you can get a titanium version that weighs 65 grams. And that's pretty light for a fitness watch. Also, it's 12.5 millimeters thick. So you can see on my wrist there, it does not stick up very high. Now, having a lighter watch for mountain biking is really nice because when you're going down a rough technical descent, the watch is going to bounce around, and a lighter watch like the Suunto is going to be just simply more comfortable. Suunto says you can get 16 days of battery life out of this watch and 55 hours of GPS tracking. Now that would be with the always on display off. I charged it up to 100% 3 days ago, and I tracked 9 hours of mountain biking with the display always on and with the heart rate sensor on, and I've got 25% battery left. And finally, the watch is water resistant up to 100 meters. So let's take a close-up look at this. So this watch has 3 buttons. In the middle, you've got a scroll dial. So you can use this to scroll, or you can use the touch screen. This button will start your activities, and this is your back button. You can also use these 2 buttons as shortcuts. So I have it set up so that if I hold this button down, it will activate the flashlight. And if I hold this button down for a few seconds, it will turn Do Not Disturb on or toggle it off. Now, I'll go ahead and say what I love about this watch is the AMOLED display. The watch face is 49 millimeters, and the other thing that I love about this watch is the lack of bezels. You can see this watch uses the screen real estate extremely well. The way that I get to the activities is I can swipe down from the top, or I can use the scroll dial and just turn it like that. And you can see here just so many activities. I'm not going to go through all of these. What I also like is how they group them by different colors. So depending on the type of activity, so you can see here for cycling, they're all grouped together and they're all orange. So I've got cycling, mountain biking, gravel, indoor, e-biking, all that. Going back out to the main screen, if I swipe up from the bottom, I'm going to go to the widgets, and I can reorganize these in the app. But this is going to have like media controls, notifications, weather, sunset. I use that a lot to see when the sun's going to be setting. Altimeter, barometer. I'm not going to go through all these, but this is how you're going to be able to get to all of these different widgets. Let's go into an activity so I can show you the screen. So I can swipe down and select my activity, or I can tap the button up here and it will go to your last activity. Let's go to mountain biking. And I hit the start button here, and it's going to go right into the activity. It's letting me know that it doesn't have a GPS signal because I'm indoors. I can go to the different screens by tapping this button. So, altimeter, my average speed, that kind of thing. Let's talk about the map. So on this watch, and I'll show it in the app, you do have to download the state that you're in. So when I got up here to North Carolina, I had to download North Carolina. That way I don't have just, grid lines going across the screen. I have a real map. When you want to stop your activity, you can just hit the button here. Something else that I use on watches like this is the music controls. I have this as the first widget so I can get to it quickly. Now you can have something playing on your phone and then you can control it from the watch. I can also do volume. I can just swipe up here and I can select volume. So I can change the volume. This watch will show notifications, and you can get to those by either tapping this button here, or if I go back out, I can swipe over. You can use the app to download different watch faces, and the way that you change your watch faces is you would go to the bottom of your widgets, go to Customize, and go to Watch Face. The last thing I'll talk about before I show the app is the Map widget. So it's a very detailed map, and I can zoom in or out just by using this scroll dial, which is really nice. If I tap on this menu button, I can go to my routes. And so, for example, this is a ride that I followed. It's Butter Gap here in Pisgah. I can select that route, and then I can start exercise, or I can do navigate only. So I typically will just do start exercise. I can change it from mountain biking to something else, but that was a mountain bike route. And so that's how you can follow a route. In the app, I'm on the home screen and I'm on the dashboard tab. What I like about this app is it's fairly simple, but yet it has a lot of stats, a lot of data. So on the dashboard, I can scroll and look at things like duration of activities. I can look at my sleep. So if I tap on sleep, it'll give me all of my sleep data. I can look at my steps, heart rate, HRV, all kind of stats. If I tap on the activities tab at the top, that's going to show all of my activities. And if I tap on the activities, so let's look at this one in Pisgah, and I can see stats. What I really like though is how I can tap play and it will show me a satellite image and take me through my route. I like the way this plays. I like the display. It's very clear, so I can, kind of relive my ride and think about the climbs and everything that I did. But I don't know, I just really like that feature. Back out of the main screen, I can tap on the calendar icon on the bottom and I can just go into a date and look at activities from that date. And then on the map here, this is where I can download a state. So I tap on the plus, and then I go to download offline maps, and I can look at different states where I want to download that map. I can create a route. So I'm not going to do it, but I can tap on create route and just map out a route, and then I can follow it. So that's another way that you can get routes, or you can import GPX routes. And I think that's how I did that Butter Gap mountain bike route. I exported it and then I imported it here. The last thing that I'll show in the app is how you can go to watch settings. So back at the home screen, I can tap on the icon on the top left. This is another way that I can download offline maps if I want to do that. And then I can change my widget. So if I want to rearrange a widget, I can just tap and drag it. So I want to move notifications down because I don't really need that widget. I can get to those just by pressing on the scroll dial on the watch. So let's move that down. Also in the settings section, I can tap on my Suunto watch faces, and that's how I can download different watch faces. And finally, I do want to show you how you can connect Strava or other services. If I go back out to the home screen and I tap on my little icon on the top right, I scroll down to partner services, and Apple Health, Adidas Running, Strava, Training Peaks, those are the ones that are most common, but you can see there are a smorgasbord of different partners that Suunto has partnered with that you can sync the data. So that's how you would get there. So that is the Suunto Race 2 watch, a very compelling watch, especially for the price. So if you have any questions or comments, anything that I didn't cover in this video, drop those below. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.